Okay, welcome. My name is Richard Sullivan, and I'm an attorney, and I've been an attorney in Los Angeles, California since 1994. I grew up on the East Coast, and I moved here in 1990, and I've lived here ever since. I went to the Southwestern University School of Law, which is a very good law school. I was in the top third of my class after the first year. I passed the bar on the first try. I've done all kinds of law. I've done civil law, criminal defense, injury cases, but the one that I seem to be really good at is criminal defense. And in law school, they teach you the basics of Old English law and contract law and things like that. It takes a long time to learn how to be effective in court and how to practice law, basically, once a person gets out of law school. And I make this video as a presentation of some ideas that might help the young lawyer, or could result in a new client referral, or if someone just has a question about their case and wants to call me about it. Now, I had won a number of drug cases already, and I remember this. Let's talk about the subject that is the subject of this video: how to win a 15-pound meth case. And when I say win, I mean a dismissal. No drug court, no probation, an outright dismissal. I had won a bunch of drug cases already, and I was on vacation at the Yosemite Park when I received a new case regarding a 15-pound meth case, and it was in the San Diego federal court. And I went there, and my usual strategy is to be, you don't want to be, in handling a criminal defense case, you don't want to be an outright adversary with the prosecutor, because a lot of times the best thing for your client is to get a good deal for them. If you know, sometimes you have to go to trial, or sometimes it's advantageous to go to trial, but you want to have a decent relationship with the prosecutor. So I went there to the court, and it turns out that the client was being charged, and I don't say any of the client's names because nobody wants to be associated with having a criminal case against them. So you can check my website, #1 in criminal defense, for some of the pleadings in this case, but the names and the case number will be blocked out. I'm going to put the accusation, called the complaint, and the paper that was ultimately the dismissal of the case. I'll put that on the website too. My website is #1 in criminaldefense.com. And as it turned out, the client was charged with having put PVC pipe, that's like plumbing pipe, in the axles of his truck, like a semi-truck, a lot of them, so that when you emptied them out, it totaled about 15 pounds of methamphetamine coming from Mexico into the United States. Now, one aspect of a drug case, almost every time, is search and seizure. The Fourth Amendment. The Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution says that there shall be no unreasonable searches or seizures. So it's a very big weapon in the arsenal of the criminal defense attorney, because if you can shoot. Now, in a drug case, one of the top weapons in the arsenal of the criminal defense attorney is the search and seizure laws. In other words, a person has a right to privacy, meaning the police can't just like barge into your house or even your car and search around for anything. And so if you can show that that was violated, you can get the case dismissed that way. In this case, that didn't apply because the the drugs were discovered at the border, where there's no right to search and there's no right to privacy at the border. The position is that when someone's coming into the country, they can be searched. And so in this case, it came up that the client, his truck was referred to the intensive search area, and they have some kind of a meter, a density reader meter, that could tell whether the axles or any part, I guess, of the truck had like too much density in it. And so these drugs were discovered. And so in this case, every case is different, and so you have to really analyze the case closely to decide, to figure out some angles on the case on how to win the case. In this case, I had read the police report really closely, and the police report said that the area on the tires or the wheels showed signs of tampering. Now, I established with the prosecutor, I established that his truck had been parked outside, basically on the street, in a place where anybody could have access to it. And I made the argument with the prosecutor that what person in their right mind, if they knew the drugs were there, would leave obvious signs of tampering. And so the ultimate upshot of the case was that the case was dismissed. And you can see that on my website, #1 on criminaldefense.com. Like I said, every case is different. There are no guarantees. But in a criminal defense case, you have to read the police report very carefully, all the evidence, look at it very carefully, and to figure out angles on the case. In this case, there was no right to make a search motion because it was at the border. But in the end, the client was released and didn't have to do any of the 10 years in jail that he would have had to do if he was convicted. And so the case was a success. And if you have any questions or would like to speak about your case with me, please call me at 310-926-5413. That's 310-926-5413. I'll be happy to talk to you about your case and see if I can help you. Or if you have any questions in general about your case and would like to speak with me, that would be good too. And you can check my website, #1 on criminaldefense.com. This is Los Angeles lawyer Richard Sullivan, and thank you for your time.